to you live, Perilous Entertainment, Doomtrax. If y'all don't know me, go follow us, Perilous ENT, Perilous_ENT on Instagram. My name is Doomtrax, DOOMTRAX. We're coming to you live with one and only, the two and only, Frank Niebauer, and my man Young Dapp. What's going on, boys?
What's happening?
What's going on?
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. So thanks for joining me this morning. Good morning. I know it's a little early over there.
Thank you for having us.
Oh man, you know, it ain't never too early.
Got my coffee ready.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm just finishing up from last night.
The recovery coffee. You're on the continuation. Okay.
That's right.
I'm on the recovery coffee. Okay. So what's going on, fellas? Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
So if you guys don't know, go follow both of these guys before we really get into this interview. Frank Niebauer once again and Young Dapp.
I'm from Vallejo. I was born and raised in Vallejo, California.
Bet. All right.
Yeah.
And then Frank?
Sacramento, baby.
Yeah, bet. All right. So yeah, both coming out of Cali. And we really want to swing back and tell the audience real quick how you guys got into music, and then we're gonna tell everybody how we met. So, Frank, let's kick it off with you. Like, what really inspired you to get into music? We're gonna tell everybody about what y'all are up to now, but how did you get started?
First of all, thank you so much, Doom. Thank you so much for having me on
the
interview. Thank you. Guys, my name's Frank Niebauer, singer-songwriter out here from Sacramento, California. And I started singing pretty much back in 2013, or I was introduced with doing voice lessons, and I've been doing that up since till now. Pretty much just been progressing with my career as far as just like doing these showcases, from doing like karaoke to just like finding the right comfort zone for me to just put my voice out there, just to naturally be comfortable with being out in public, just expressing like who I really am and what my passion's really all about.
I think that's a great way to get started. Like, starting out as an artist, you find your creativity comes out when you get comfortable, and most people are not comfortable in the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if you're social, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dad, what about you, bro?
My journey started a lot longer, many years ago. So I got into music. The first time I recorded, I was probably 6 or 7 years old. My uncle was a part of a group called the Funky Aztecs. They were real big in the early 90s, early to mid 90s. They were actually definitely the first Latin group, but I'm pretty certain it was the first group to ever have a feature from Tupac back in 1991. So I grew up.
Inspired me to do music is Pac.
There you go. So yeah, I grew up watching, Pac and Digital Underground and Spice One and the Funky Aztecs and all them in the studios and stuff. And so my uncle had a studio in his house when I was a little kid, and I told him I wanted to rap. He put me right in the studio. He's like, let's go. So the first time I had a studio session for myself, I was about 11 years old. Didn't get another one for myself till I was about 15, but yeah, man, my first album came out when I was about 18 years old in 2009. And, we had big features on it at the time. We had Messy Marv and Turf Talk and shit like that. We had some big songs on it. But, yeah, I've been doing this a long time, man. I've been doing it a long time.
Dapp's a veteran. Hell yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what I tell people. I've only been doing music actively for 5 years, but I've been an audio engineer and expert of reproduction equipment, speakers and amplifiers and all that for 20 years. So I've been messing with equalizers and all that equipment. Way.
That's how you get it sounding so tight on. Right? That's how you got it sounding so good on the songs, huh?
Right. No,
he knows what he's doing.
So I've been exposed to that stuff for a long time. I'm known in my industry to have a golden ear. I'm a judge for sound competitions. So when I really hit the studio, that's where you really see our magic happen. So I'm happy to tell everybody, we're more to working together. So if you guys don't know, if you're tuning into this, we're doing a big event on 420 in Denver. Both Frank
Puff Perilous.
Dapp. Yeah, you guys said that at the exact same time on IG. Puff Perilous. So we're doing a full-blown 420 event. We're gonna have dispensary vendor sponsors. We're gonna have a blunt rolling contest hosted by Tay4. We're gonna have upwards of 15 performances. We're going to have security at the door. We're going to have all types of festivities, live interviews by our manager, Natasha Barshalom. There's going to be a chef on site, so there's going to be food as well.
Hey,
So
say that.
we're gonna really do it. So the
We're
venue
gonna have
is
a good
actually
we're gonna have a good goddamn
and
time.
and the host of the venue, shout out Shisha Lefa Lounge. So
Yeah.
we're actually gonna be, I think they're gonna be moving locations pretty soon. So this is gonna be like also a going away party for that specific venue as well. So we're gonna be one of the last shows.
Oh, it's gonna be a good. It's gonna be a
Actually,
great
yeah,
Saturday.
We're gonna send them
literally
out with a bang
I
then.
think they're yeah, and I think they're moving like the 30th. So we're gonna be literally one of the last, if not the last event, big event in there.
Oh shit, man. We honored to be
Yeah,
coming out,
Yeah,
man,
we
and send
really
them
are.
we're gonna
send them out.
get it cracking, right? So
Yeah.
We really
let's
will.
let's back this up a little bit. So Frank and I have been working for almost a year now. You know what I'm saying? We met at the BET Awards weekend in LA. So if you guys are watching this and you don't know, like, Perilous Entertainment, my company, is the official media provider for 2HotRadio. So we tapped in with them over a year ago. Really impressed them with our ways and how we handled our cameras and content delivery and everything. So we had a real opportunity. And when we went home from that first event, they invited us back to be, their official media provider. So Alex and I and our team tour with 2HotRadio. So shout out Princess, and that's how Frank and I met. So how did you actually find out about 2Hot, Frank?
I found out about 2Hot through Instagram. You know how they do their Instagram marketing and whatnot. So I was just scrolling through my Instagram stories and whatnot, and obviously it popped up as an advertisement. Obviously, when you go through stories and whatnot, it popped up right there. It said audition to perform at the BET Awards weekend with 2HotRadio. And so, it was just another opportunity that I wanted to take. So I clicked that link, set up my audition with Princess. I remember getting on that Zoom call with her. It was about 160 other contestants on that Zoom call. And I remember getting an email a couple hours back saying you're ready and locked in to go perform at the BET. Here's the instructions on how to do it. And from there, I was really looking forward to it. And then I remember going to that event, dude. It was just a whole vibe because it was the whole LA Convention Center was just used by 2HotRadio for that event. You know what I'm saying? So just pulling up to something of like a massive building and just walking up these steps.
And how much different was Vegas? So Vegas was a good example for what I would say a normal 2HotRadio event is. LA is
What I thought was
a whole different level.
The complete difference was that, like, this BET event was not just singers. There was comedians, there was dancers, there was just like they had so many rooms divided with just different talent. And so the Vegas thing was definitely more of the competition versus, like, your artist-based type vibe. There's, like I said, no comedians, there's no actors, there's no dancers performing their talent there, right? This was just a solely showcase who wants to make it. So that was a huge difference. But the whole time that I got to experience the 2HotRadio at BET, it gave me a bigger open doors of just knowing that, like, there's more just to this, like, lifestyle than there really is. Because, like, coming from where I was at before coming to 2HotRadio was a lot more smaller environment. And just stepping my door open to even more.
Straight up. And what we were talking about off call earlier, about whatever state you're from being stuck in a box, so to speak. 2HotRadio really made a way for us to give that to other people, not even just for ourselves. Like, it made,
And this is where it really struck me, dude, is that, like, coming on to the 2HotRadio for the BET, I was given the free interview from 2HotRadio, right? That wasn't part of you. You were just a vendor at that time.
Right.
And I remember seeing your banner, your logo set up, and I walked over to you and I was just like, oh, what, can I get an interview? And I remember at the time you were a vendor, like, you know what I'm saying? You were working alongside. And so my understanding is, like, you got to take every opportunity as that blessing, count it as that opportunity. And I took it. I saw you, I did the interview with you, and that's how we're locked in right now. And I saw that whole line of artists just waiting to do the interviews with 2Hot.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, why not do this interview with you right now?
And that was impressive for us as a company personally, especially being the business owner. Like, as soon as DJ, shout out DJ Outlet too, as soon as he announced that we were in the building and pointed artists in our direction over the microphone, like, I turned around and there was 40 people standing in front of me. And I was
I
like,
remember seeing him.
there's
He had
only
no one.
four of
I
us.
did my interview. Came back in the room. He had a line, and it was $109 per interview, and it was worth it, bro. Because this is how we're still here to this day.
Right.
That one interview is now a teamwork effort. You know, in this situation right now, we're all a team, and that was just because of me doing that interview with you. And that's awesome.
No, and shout out to you, bro, for really just believing in us and believing in our brand, and you know what I'm saying, it was all definitely meant to be for us to all meet each other, and we'll kind of develop the story a little bit more and explain to everybody, you know, what's really happened since then too. So, you know, locked in at LA was nuts. So LA, and back to like what we were saying earlier, like your average 2HotRadio event is lit to begin with. It's a hotel takeover usually in 1, 2, or 3 like ballroom style places with stage setups and you know, immaculate audio equipment. So like their stuff is really top quality that they tour with and everything. But usually it's in a hotel style takeover. So like touching on LA, because we got that coming up again. It's coming up this summer. It's going to be June 23rd, I think. So they actually just dropped the calendar. So if you're locked in with 2HotRadio, make sure you guys.
I saw that actually. It's July 14th, I think, or something around there. I think the
14th.
awards and the awards weekend in LA.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, it's definitely in June, and so
June, yeah,
the LA is the real big one. And like I said, normally the ones are mid end of June. So normally the ones around the rest of the country are locked in hotel style. This one is at 2 venues, the LA Convention Center and the Grammy Museum. So like the Grammy Museum.
I haven't been to the Grammy Museum. I didn't go to that.
Yeah, and we're telling the audience too real quick. So like if you're watching this and you're tapped in, like if you don't know, like the Grammy Museum is one of the most lit venues, especially as an independent artist, if you're starting out, if you know whatever lane you're in. Because I've met people with 500 followers, and I've met people with, you know, 500,000, 500,000 followers. You know, people are doing really, really, really well on social media, and no matter what level you're at a 2HotRadio event, no matter what level you're at, like to record, to have footage of yourself performing on the Grammy Museum stage is priceless. Like the set is lit, the lighting is lit.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, it's really dope. So they treated us really well too. So shout out to the staff at Grammy Museum. If you guys tap in on our website, we show them as one of our official customers, and they really gave us a red carpet type of entrance. So once kind of really impressed with our brand and everything, and let us in a room where they don't normally allow vendor tables. They had staff members bring in a 6-foot table for us to set up right at the entrance. So nice. It was really dope. Lit. We're looking forward to that this year again, and what's transpired since then. So we did that interview. We took a little bit of a break. You know, you and I kind of tapped in on social media on a regular basis, but I think kind of moving up to Vegas. So what did you really what happened in your life music wise, or both of you guys, between LA and Vegas? That's been about 6 months.
From the time being, like I was working on this you know, part of my life where I was just pretty much still figuring it out. Like I was doing these showcases with this other group, you know, with this other man named Scott Morris and whatnot. He has a whole different agency, but I've been working with that and pretty much just building, like I said, my confidence in getting my name out of my own state. Like I was doing a summer tour there. I did the California State Fair after that, and then pretty much I was just going out to like different areas just to push my name out, and that was from his agency and his whole thing that he's got going on. But pretty much until then is like, you know, once the 2HotRadio gave the opportunity about the Vegas weekend thing, I saw that you reposted on your story saying, we're excited to be at the event for 2HotRadio in Vegas. See you there to get your, you know, I saw you had a camera emoji next to it, like meaning like you're going to be shooting film there. That's when I hit you up. I was like, yo, I'll see you there. And then we just were like, you know, this is going to be a moment where we're going to reconnect, because we were touch bases on Instagram and the text messages and whatnot. And so we didn't lose contact, which I'm so happy with, bro, because that happens a lot in this industry, is that, you know, you talk to someone, you just don't talk to them anymore.
No, and especially being the owner of a platform, I got to say, like, we're really blessed. Like we're super blessed, and I can't, as one person, it's physically impossible to keep up with all of the input. So I even tell people, like, we're still growing, we're still a small staff. type of team. So don't be afraid to remind me about stuff. Don't be afraid to tap in again, because we talk to so many people, and like you said, sometimes it's important just to, just to check in and see how people are doing and keep those ties up, right?
And
So
that's how it pretty much is. And then it led on to like, me opening up for Neff, and then it got me to meet Ant Dog, which is now my manager. Thank you.
so
And then
oh, my bad. Let's swing over to Dapp. So how did you guys meet? And before we get to Vegas, like, what have you been working
I
on?
was gonna lead up to that in Reno.
Okay,
Yeah.
bet, yeah.
All right. So yeah.
Can I finish it?
Go ahead. Yeah.
So after
Yeah.
meeting, the family here in Sac, I got another opportunity to open up for Neff again in Reno. And this is where I met Dapp for the first time. So I remember, just hanging out at the venue, and then I got invited to go upstairs at the VIP and hang out with the fam before I came out and performed. And then lo and behold, I met Dapp, Ray, and Uncle up there.
Well,
Okay,
actually, the VIP section was packed, and all the other artists was up there, and we pushed everybody up out of the VIP section so we could go in there and do our thing. And we stopped Frankie on our way up. Unc stopped him because Unc seen him at the first show. So Unc stopped him at the while we was heading up and told him to come on up with us. So he ended up hanging out with us all night, kicking it. Had a good time. From there, I invited him to. I had a show the following week out here in Sacramento. So I invited him to the show, and he popped up on us. I was surprised. I didn't expect, what I'm saying?
That's how it happens, man.
It was a little hood spot out here in Sac, and Frank popped up on us and had a good time with us and shit. So from there, he invited us to another one of his events, and yeah. So I mean, it just kind of it's all happened in a matter of about 4 or 5 months.
That's what's up.
Like, I've known Frank since I think October or December or some shit.
December,
yeah.
We were touching base on that in the interview I just did with Princess about, having a team is really important, especially in music. Like a lot of artists think they can just go about this themselves and take over the world, and it's a great mentality to have, and it's kind of an important one to have, to be your own business owner. And in a way, every artist is their own business owner, and that's your brand, and that's the thing you got to push. But it's important to have a team, or at least a partner, you know what I'm saying? So that's good.
For sure. And it's been a blessing finding Frank, because the way he believes in himself, he believes in the whole team.
Right.
So the same way he talks about himself is the same way he talks about Doom. It's the same way he talks about me. Same way he talks about King Hitter. Same way he talks about our manager Ant Dog.
Which is I talk about you guys behind your back. I hate to say it.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like even me and you, Doom, we barely linked up just what, a month or two ago. Barely got introduced, and everywhere I go, I let mother. Man, you in Denver, you going there, Denver, you need to get with Perilous, you know what I'm saying? Like, Doom is the man.
No, I appreciate it, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, for sure.
And then
I let a logo. I need one of them hats when I get out there, by the way.
Hats are custom, so we got to get your fitted size, and then we're gonna do. I was just gonna say, bro, you took the words out of my mouth. We're gonna do snacks this summer.
I do the fitteds. I'm good with a fitted.
Right, I do a fitted. I gotta have a fitted. We have a new Perilous logo. It's actually not seen on this camera, so we got one with a seal. It looks like a stamp, so it's got this nice ribbon around it too. So we're gonna do.
You still got the P though?
Yeah, it's got the P in it. It's got this ribbon around it, so it's got this whole like seal. So it's gonna go on probably one of the sides or whatever.
I fuck with the P.
Yeah, appreciate you, bro. That's what I'm saying. So, and we're more than locked in, boys. Like, we got to get you guys on board with features for any one of my 4 artists and any of the people that are working on this platform. And that's something that Perilous is really gonna bring to the table over the next year, is a formal way for people to lock in. So we're gonna be on our website. We're gonna be developing our website even more than we have over the last year, and you're gonna be able to sign in with an account, create a free account, and then go tap in with all the artists on the platform that are available for features, what their prices are.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can buy beats, cool. You know what I'm saying? So, and we'll
have like a biography and everything. Like I'm about like, that's cool.
Right, exactly. So we'll figure out how all that'll work. But I have the platform that we're on is all set up for it. So we have the membership access set up. So we're gonna be launching that hopefully this summer.
That's so dope.
I know coders don't get
All
with
right,
me
man.
after
Yeah,
the call.
get with me, definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then all right, bet. So yeah, I mean, you guys hooked up between LA and Vegas. That's actually perfect. So and then pulling up on Vegas, like, Frank, you were really the catalyst to make this happen. And like Dapp just tapped in with you about believing in yourself, and I do as well. Like, you calling me before the event. Obviously we had worked together once before in LA and the content was good and we put it out and it was quality, but I was really put back and impressed by the way you contacted me beforehand and wanted to tap in before we even got to the event. By the time we actually hit 2HotRadio, it was just a regular thing, but that really made us connect, and I saw the way you guys really believed in us, and you don't play around, bro. So I talk real proud about you, throughout Denver and our state and everybody that we work with. So once again, if you're watching this, like, y'all got to pop out for the 420 event. Shout out to Frank's cameraman as well.
Yeah, shout out Midnight Boardwalk Productions, Jeff Poindexter Photography. He's gonna be there, guys. He is a killer camera guy. So if you guys want to get pictures, videos, he's the man. He's gonna be the guy.
And we bringing a lot of California with us out there to Denver.
You're gonna
20. We gonna get fucked up.
I was gonna say you're gonna come smoke out Denver. I need to see that.
Yeah,
I need to.
We have a way to get some. We got you.
Straight up. Straight up, and then in Vegas, I remember we were chilling in the car with you, Ross, and Unk, and then I heard that whole story about how they tapped in at the show. I didn't realize you were there, Dad.
Oh, where?
Which one? Which show?
How you met Unk? I didn't realize I didn't realize Dapp was there. Yeah, because I had heard that story before. You told it the same way. The same.
Yep.
Way.
Yeah, that's how it
Yeah.
If I wouldn't,
I was the guy who got him drunk before he got on stage.
Bro. Tank got me drunk last night, bro. I'm still a little slumped, man. I'm waiting for this coffee to kick in.
There you go.
Straight up. I was like, we need to network a little more and drink a little less next time. Straight up. So yeah, I mean, coming and Vegas was dope, man. So like, and that's a show of how much we grow at each event, and same thing that we talked to Princess about is like we use a 2HotRadio event as a checkpoint. So for me as an artist, or for me as a label owner, us as even just as a business, we use them as checkpoints. So it's like, okay, we're gonna get X, Y, and Z done before we get to the next, before we go to Raleigh, right?
Yeah.
Before we go to LA. So, if you're getting on the business side of things a little more, that's a good way to kind of plan your calendar if you're tapping in with multiple events. There's a lot of artists that go. I've seen artists that go to every single event. I've seen ones that go to like ones close to their hometown and LA. Like, a lot of artists won't miss LA.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's been a huge networking opportunity for us. So we slid home from Vegas. Vegas was a trip. We had people tapping in with us for interviews, photos. We had the interns really helping us out. So shout out to 2Hot interns as well. And then coming straight home from Vegas, bro, like same thing. So we really, tapped in on venue and beforehand. And then, I was really impressed by you guys hitting me up for roses. So let's touch on that. Let's make this a little subject to the interview, right? We got I see the smile coming. We got if you're watching this, man, like we got a really you can see the emotion coming through, right? We got a really nice track coming to you, ladies and gentlemen. Like,
it's definitely it's way different from anything what I usually would do, and I imagine Doom does.
It is.
Frankie definitely laid the foundation, has some
well, so this is
very romantic or not so romantic, I should say.
It went from romantic to explicit, but it's all good. But the thing is that like this song was like, this was written like, like back in like 2018. So it's just like, I could have released it whenever I wanted to, or figure out who I wanted to have this be on the song. But there's just always, God has something in store for you. And I just really feel like, this song was meant to be waited for the right perfect time. And when I showed it to Uncle, he's like, this is a great beat, gave it to Dapp. He's like, I don't know if I can really write to this, but he ended up killing it.
I keep it real. Bro.
I had it for over a month. I had it for over a month.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, I had it for over a month, and I kept telling Unc, I was like, man, I don't know. I don't know if I could do this one. I told I said, I've never been, I kept it real. I said, I ain't never been in a situation where I've been hurting and confused and over shit like that's just I ain't been in that situation.
But you did it so well, bro.
But yeah, Unc made a good point. He said, man, he said, but you could tell the story. He was like, and he reminded me of a joke that we, Bill Bellamy joke in the beginning, and gave me the inspiration. Once he said that, once he mentioned that joke, I was like, all right, I got it. I know what to do.
And that'll be good. I love that.
So I actually put the joke sample in there. Shout out Bill Bellamy, that's the OG. Put the sample in there and then ran with it. Just took that concept of that joke and made it into a rap form, and it worked out perfect. And
it did. So how long was that? How long did that sit like that before you guys called me?
So you got the song maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks after I put the verse on it, and then Doom sent it back in 24 hours.
You got so let's touch on that, bro. I called my business partner, shout out Alex and my team and shit. So you guys hit me up with this. Okay, so this well done project but unfinished, right? And
yeah.
Like Frank was touching on the way way God works and the universe presents itself. Like you and the universe found a way to present yourself on that song in a different way. And the same way that when it arrived to me is the same way that you felt when it arrived to you, was like, this is outside of my comfort zone. Like I don't normally do stuff like this and straight up.
Yes.
And I was really inspired by the fact that you guys wanted to work with me. This is, something really outside of my box. So as a label owner, and the more I get into wearing that hat versus being a recording artist, I do a little bit of less recording. And, shout out to everybody I'm working with. We got album 2 actually coming out. So, I have been working on my album when I can. But really working on prepping 4 other artists and getting everybody locked in with features and doing all these 2Hot shows and everything. So the reason why I worked on it so quick was because I was really inspired by what you guys said. So I heard the track and
you did.
This is
he said pouring up a drink, the bottom's up.
Yeah, bro. So we'll play a snippet of it after the interview, but I was really just impressed by what you guys sent me. And then shout out to both of you for being so cool with, just how accepting each other's work, right? So I actually chopped up a little bit of the beat. I pulled Dapp sample out and slid it towards the front of the song and kind of make things, make a little bit more sense.
You
guys were really open to that. You didn't have to be. That's what I'm saying.
No. Hey, here's the thing. The way I look at it, though, like you said, I've been doing this a very long time.
Right.
There's no one person has the right answer. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be open to everybody's got to be able to put their own spin on it. And once everybody gets to do what they want to do to it, then we can see what was right. You put your spin on it. There was no need to do anything else to it. It was right. You know what I'm saying?
The phone call spoke for that, bro. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So it was the way you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the way I see it is music. It should be a team sport. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Even rappers who produce for themselves, they have other artists, other rappers in there helping them write their shit. They got other producers helping them produce. They got engineers doing everything. So it can't just be one person thinking they got the answer. You know what I'm saying? We got to all work together. So the fact that the fact that you was even willing to put your time in to do all that already is like, shit. He put his effort and his energy and his time into it, and the shit came out dope. Way better than what we
coming
had.
From a veteran, and yeah, we really I've gotten a ton of great feedback from the small amount of people that we shared it with our team, right? And you guys, so I know that this is gonna be a big song, and straight up, we add 3 different flavors, and you normally don't find it. Normally you have a rap and an R&B vibe at the same time, and that's two lanes, but the audience doesn't know what to think. by the time they're
The
done.
audience is gonna be like, "Yo,
Yeah,
what the fuck?"
Straight up. And my man's hit
At
me.
the
And he was like,
beginning, it was hella bottoms, hella
straight up. And my man hit me and he was like, he's like, I'm used to your voice. And he's like, I don't really like the first guy's voice. And I was like, wait, he sounds like a disgruntled, pissed off boyfriend. and he's like, there's layers to that shit.
Hey, well, after this interview, I realized that's just my voice.
Straight up. All right,
I've been sounding like this since I was 11 years old too.
Yeah, once again, if you guys are watching this, like we got a big song coming out, so we're gonna talk about, you know, a real deal release, but right now it's just in kind of test mode. We're gonna be doing some performances. So you know, it was kind of I was real sad that we missed out on the little Kayla show, so that was a shame.
Yeah, Seattle would have been nice.
I'm definitely tap in with you guys on coming to California and doing that as well. So I get we can do a little.
We got the California State Fair coming up here in July. So
three of us can make a thing out of one song. You know what I'm saying? We could do a mini tour. We can sell some merch about it and do all that stuff. So the people that I've shown it to is like, yo, this is gonna be on the radio for sure.
Yep. And then, you know, obviously every show we hit where we perform it, everybody gets to perform their shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Everyone knows it. So what I know, what I think is like,
you guys perform for 420, man.
No, this is what I'm gonna say is that like everyone's gonna be mind blown when they see all of us on stage.
Denver, we going up for 420. I'm telling you.
Straight up.
Perilous.
And the city's excited about it, man. The city's excited that you guys are coming. So like I want to hype you guys up a little bit, you know. Pat yourselves on the back, bros. Like, you know, you guys are doing your thing. A lot of people out here that, you know, you don't know somebody right away, but you're gonna know that person really quick, type of thing. And our platform speaks volumes, and in the fact that, you know, we touch on the fact that we don't have a ton of followers, but every single one of those people are real. Most of them are in our story. We have a ton of people in our story on a daily basis, in our DMs tapping in with us. And as soon as we put you out there, like, I had one person hit me like, who is Frank Niebauer, in the very beginning, and by the time you were out long enough on our story for people to realize what you're doing, who you've worked with, and how you're taking your music seriously, like the city's excited to have you guys come here. So, you know what I'm saying?
More than excited to be there.
I'm looking forward to it.
Straight up. So you can come smoke us out. We're gonna have, like I said, we're gonna have on board.
You're gonna get smoked out. For sure.
we gotta change.
Listen, I don't know anyone who can outsmoke this motherfucker right here.
We gotta change your name to Young Dapp, bro. Young Dapp.
Now, hey, you know what? That shit used to piss me off too. When that shit started happening, because no one knows what Dapp is. It's short for Dapper. You know what I'm saying? Like Dapper Dan.
And that's the way I took it.
And so when that Dapp thing came out, everybody started with 2 P's. You say that. And that shit used to piss me off. Oh, your name is Dab? No, my name is Dapp. Damn, I don't be understanding. This Young Dapp.
Right. No, we're gonna do you on the flyer and cross out the 2 P's.
Yeah,
bro. I need a picky, bro. Hell yeah. So yeah, if you're tapping in with this interview, once again, like, go on perilousentertainment.com. Pre-sale tickets are only $4.20 right now for 420. That is going to go up soon, so we're going to probably raise that back up to 10 on the 1st, and then at the door it's going to be 15, guys. So make sure you tap in on a $4 ticket. That's a no-brainer if you're watching this. So you know, everybo's lit about this event. So, you know, we can't wait to have you guys. And what do you got? What do you got planned between now and then?
Like I said, just promoting. I got like a performance coming up here soon, and then just pretty much getting ourselves really prepared for this show.
He's performing today. He's got a show today.
Hell yeah!
It's gonna be he's gonna be out there performing today.
Where you guys
an event called Unity for the Community.
Unity the Community. Good cause. I Am Sack Foundation. Stephante Clark.
Put on by Stephante Clark. Rest in peace, Stefan Clark. We still riding for you, boy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, and Frank, that's a great thing about your brand and the type of music that you do is that you really bring a different type of lane for yourself and everybody that you work with. You know what I'm saying? To do those community type of.
I like to think of myself as a Swiss Army knife. I'm universal.
Straight up.
That's real shit.
Yeah.
So that's what's up. So yeah, go do your thing at the show, guys, and we'll be tapping in on Instagram. Obviously, if you're tuning into this, if you're watching this, go follow Perilous_ENT. Go follow Frank Niebauer. Go follow Young Dapp. Go follow shout out Nefta Pharaoh as well. You know what I'm saying? Shout out 2HotRadio, Princess, DJ Outlet, and all them. You know what I'm saying? You made a way for us to meet these guys. So you know, once again, thanks everybody, and straight up, it was great to have you guys, and we'll be tapping in on 420.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right, Denver,
Colorado.
Hey, Denver, everybody.
Yo, Chris, West Side Vallejo, we coming out to Denver. We gonna smoke the fuck out. We gonna have a good time. We gonna do it big, and we gonna throw that P up for the Perilous, boy.
Yeah. All right, fellas.
Thank you so much.
Sounds good.
Hey, hold on one second. So I don't want to say thank you so much, Doom. Thank you so much, Perilous Entertainment.
Yes.
Guys, my name is Frank Niebauer, and you can catch me on every music platform, every social media platform at FrankNiebauer. Thank you so much.
That's what's up. And I'm Young Dapp. I'm from the West Side of Vallejo. Y'all catch me on Instagram, TikTok, all the whole shit. It's Young Motherfuckers. ITSYUNGMUFUCKAS. West Side, we on.